All right, Shorty.
Yes.
Shorty, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in East LA. I'm originally from White.
Which is a street gang?
Yes, it is.
And tell me about your childhood.
Well, I got into White when I was 9 years old. Um, at the time, I was looking for a family, so um, they were my family. But now I turn around and I look, and they're nowhere to be found. I feel like I'm all alone out here.
Where were your parents before you were 9 years old?
My father passed away, and my mom remarried, and my stepfather used to hit me a lot. And then my mother started hitting me a lot. So that's when I left. And I've been all on my own since then. Um, I stay with my street mom, not that far from here. We we she she used to push a cart back. Thank you. Back in the days, on Wabash, she used to push a cart, and she's always used. I was staying with her, living with her before. She's well, she's so she's just like my mom. She's the mom I never had. Um, she showed me a lot. She, I say, I say she's my mom because it doesn't take one to make a child. I think it takes one, one you raise and take care of. So on Mother's Day, I only saw her. I didn't even talk to my mother. Not that I didn't want to or I didn't try, but there was no answer. So the only person that I celebrated Mother's Day with was her.
And you live on the streets here in Skid Row?
Yes, they took my children away. I have 10 children. I have 10 girls, and
How old are you?
I'm 46 years old. They took them away from me because they felt that I was putting the child in danger. And with me being out in the street, well, one day I tried a PCP and I woke up in jail on a murder trial. Can you believe that? I was found guilty. My biological mother, she hired a murder lawyer, and if I was ever to see the daylight ever again, she would give my children to me. I signed them over because they told me, would I rather them go with my family or would I rather them go with a stranger? And I picked my mother. Well, but promises are made to be broken because when I did see the daylight, because they said if if it was found outside the property, she's found not guilty. If it's inside the property, then she's found guilty. And it was outside the property, so I got a no guilty plea. Public defender found me guilty, of course. They always do.
How much time did you do?
I did 6 years on that. I was
Do you remember
already.
anything about that murder?
Excuse me.
Do you remember anything about that murder?
I don't remember too much. No, I just remember what started it was my daughter. She's 31 years old and she's handicapped. And she came up to me and she said, "Mommy, when you were in prison, I got raped." And I just went crazy. She was raped so bad she can't have children, which I can't. I can't have no grandkids. So, but we have Marquis, and she has her little dolls, two dolls, and she calls them there's my grandsons, and Pokemon's my grandson too. So, um, she's right now she's in a transitional living. I want her to be better than me. I don't want her to be out here the way I used. I always tell her every day, you don't want to be like mom. You don't. And one time we were having a birthday party for her, and there was a DJ, and my mom's husband just shocked me. Well, when they came in, they saw me hitting him, and my daughter came in with my mother, and I already knew that what was going to happen. Well, my mom told me stop, Maggie, stop, don't, you're gonna hurt him. I was like, how am I gonna do that? So, of course, like always, I had to leave. That was probably the hardest thing I ever did. But like I told my daughter to go in and have a nice time and I'll be okay. She always calls me and asks, "Mommy, are you okay? Please promise me." And I laugh. Sometimes I want to cry or I'm crying because I haven't either ate or slept or I'm tired or things that happen out here. And I have to make it seem like I'm okay because I don't want her to worry. She doesn't need to worry. Not somebody like her. She doesn't. I don't feel that she doesn't deserve that. I just feel bad that I couldn't give her, what she needed. A good family. But the best I could do is where she's at.
Do you
So
remember anything about your early childhood?
I just remember the beatings. I remember that. I remember when my stepdad used to get mad. I remember running and hiding. And I remember when he found me one time. That was the beating of my lifetime. I just remember the beatings from my mom. I don't really remember it. I think I wanted to forget about it. So forget about those bad days, because it was never any happy days. So much that I just don't remember them.
You have no happy memories of your childhood?
None at all.
Do you feel loved ever as a
No, I don't.
child?
No. It's ruined. I tried getting married. That didn't work. I can't get in a relationship because it doesn't work. I don't know. People tell me something's wrong with you. They really messed you up. You're all messed up inside. You don't even know how do you want me to love you if I don't even love myself? How is that possible? So, and I came this like if I say this way, which I've been everywhere, because my mom lives down not that far from here, and she wanted me to come stay with her because she wanted me to get off the streets finally. She said, "I'm off the streets. I don't want you, I want you to be off the streets too." She goes, "We can have a door now," and it's very true. It's very true. But like the way I am, I come and go, and I've gone asked to be married very many times, and everybody laughs. She'll never marry nobody. You're crazy. Her love somebody? I don't. And when anybody sees me, I'm walking alone or I'm alone. Nobody ever sees me. Maybe they see me with the dog now, but that's about it. And I tell people, you might. I don't talk to people very much, or I don't hang around people very much. People, I'll say hi to people, or here and there, and I go. I guess it's just I don't know. Sometimes I just don't even understand it. They say for me to go to psychiatrists, but what am I supposed to do? Tell them all this story? Yeah, it's not even written in the book. Even if it is, I don't think that they can. They have to really experience it to know exactly what it is like out here, because it does get cold and it does get lonely.
Yeah.
And
it's a terrible lifestyle especially for a female, right?
Yeah, it's a female is supposed to have a life, not be out in the streets or just live the life that I lived. A lot of people could put things aside and go on with their lives, and I just can't seem to do that.
You feel like you belong down here? Where it's
Well,
home? It's comfortable?
Yeah, it's the environment, I guess. These are the areas that I've been around. Like, I'll be around these kind of areas.
Do you stay in a tent?
Yes, I do. Yes, I have my tent until my mom. I'm staying right here with my mom, but I do have the tent. It's
What is your drug now?
his methamphetamine. Uh-huh. Yeah, I used to be very, very, very bad on raw cocaine. And I think I started the reason why I started using the drugs was because I was trying to hide this pain. I couldn't take this pain away I felt. So I started cutting myself. And if anybody wants to say it doesn't hurt, it hurts. It's just the pain was more like they say that the pain releases the pain you have inside. But when for what, a second, the pain's so great that you're not thinking about the pain. Okay, that's understandable. But what about after? They still have it. I know they do because I sure did. I went to a mental exodus, and they diagnosed me as bipolar schizophrenia. Well, if you've been out here so many years, wouldn't you be bipolar schizophrenia? I wake up like I'll fight in my sleep, or I tell somebody off in my sleep. People are scared of me when they're like, you're mean. I said, I'm not mean. What are you talking about? They said, yeah, you should have seen me when you were sleeping. You got up, told me off, and went back to sleep. And I've been out here for so long. When somebody just touches me, I'll freak out. I freak out.
How far did you go in school?
I went up to the 8th grade. I only went up to the 8th grade. I tried to go back to school. I went to ICDC college. I was pregnant at the time, but I had just gotten out of prison. I said I was going to make something of myself. I tried. I did graduate from there, but things just didn't work out. I came right back to the streets. Yeah. But my real mom would try to get me off to stay put, and I just can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know if these streets call me or what is it. And now that I'm very, very tired, it's like, I can't even get out of here. Now that I really, really want to, look at how can I get out? It's just impossible.
Do you think you'd be uncomfortable in a situation with a nice apartment and a job and a car and a...
Would I be uncomfortable? I wouldn't be uncomfortable. I wouldn't be uncomfortable. It's something that I want now, but back then I couldn't. I didn't want it. I think I wanted this. Now I just don't want. I'm tired. I'm so tired. What I would do just to have exactly what you said. I would give up my own life for that.
What do you do for money now?
Well, I'm not very proud to say, but I learned how to make a dollar into $100, and it's better than standing out in the corner. I've always said it's more of a hard life dealing with that, and it's very, 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 very lonely. If somebody says what they do, if they say that this isn't lonely, they're lying. And there's only one result to this, and that's either being institutionalized, death, or just prison. There's nothing good about this, and I know this. And I'm 46 years old, and look at me, and it feels like I'm barely beginning. It's just.
If you had to point the finger at what set you on this path, would you say it was just the lack of parenting?
I think it was lack of parenting, the way I was raised, the beatings I went through, the way my mom chose him over her, believed him instead of believing me. And I took the beatings from him, and then she started beating me. I used to be so angry. I used to have a lot of anger, and I used to say, she put me out here. My mom did this to me. Why did they even have me? Why were they so cruel to have me and to throw me out here like this? Well, when my father passed on, that's when it all began. That's when I left, and I ended up being from White Fence. My father never wanted me to grow up like this, and I know he's probably turning in his grave today, knowing that I'm where I am. But there's always one thing he told me. He said, take care of your mom. That was the last thing he said. Take care of your mom, please. Make sure that she's okay. So I do that. I asked her if she's okay, but sometimes I know she's not. I could hear it in her voice. And I said, Mom, please tell me if you're okay. I never asked my mom for money because I know she won't give it to me. And I know she has it, but she will not give it to me. Even if she knows that I'm hungry or that, I don't have anything, it does not matter to her. Or I have nowhere to sleep. It doesn't seem. They used to tell me it would be tough love. It's tough love, but I don't believe that that's tough love. If my child was out here in the street and my child needed money for food or shelter, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, I will give it to my child if I had it. But why does she do what she does? I just don't know. I can't explain it because I just don't know. Everybody tells me it's tough love, but it can't be. I don't see her for Christmas. I don't see her for Mother's Day or any vacations. It's just another day to me. Maybe it's a celebration to everybody, but it's just another day out here for me.
Do you have friends out here?
Huh?
Do you have friends?
I have a lot of friends. I choose not to be around them. Why? Because life seemed to be more harder. They want whatever you have, meaning they want to be in your shoes. Why? I don't know why. I just don't understand it. And I don't think I would ever understand. These are shoes you would not want to fit in. You do not want to be in them. And if you walked in them, I'm pretty sure you would throw them away. So the only thing that I have is this little puppy. And the other one ran away from me. Maybe it's a better thing because he needs a home and he needs a place where he runs around and I can't give it to him. So I just want to make sure that he's okay. That he's in a place that they're going to take care of him,
Have you been in love in your life?
I was in love 1-to-1. I can't say. I don't even know what love is, to tell you the truth. I could say that I was. I think I was, but I really don't know. I don't even know what it is, to tell you the truth. I have no idea what love is. I've never been loved or.
You describe yourself as lonely?
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very. And just last night was one of them. Was one of them. That's why I was running a little bit late, and I had this little one with me because I was running after my dog, and she detects my seizures. See, I was being on the head so bad that I sustained a head trauma, and I started having seizures. So now I have seizures all my life.
Oh, really?
Due to head trauma. My memory is not too good because due to the fact for head trauma. I lost some of my memory. So, and they say it's gonna get worse. Sometimes it's true because I don't remember things. And then things will come to me and then I'll forget them again. Or I'm doing something and I forget what I'm doing. It's like, I actually forgot what I was doing. And it's not good out here to let anybody know that you forget what you're doing. Or to let them know that your finger's broke or your arm's broke. Like my finger, it's messed up. I broke it. And I took the cast off too early. It hurts me so bad. I mean, but I don't want anybody to know. That's why I took it off. Because these people, what they see is, they see a weakness on you, and that's what they're going to go for. So if you had a broken arm, they see you with a broken arm, they're gonna hit you on your arm. That's how they're gonna get you down. If you show weakness, you're not gonna make it out here.
Yeah, it's a rough,
Because that's what
it's
they're
a rough
just.
existence here, surrounded by snakes and hustlers.
Once I walk out of this door, it's a zoo out there. It's crazy out there. Sometimes I thank God for every day I wake up. Like they say, tomorrow's never promised in my life. The next second is never promised. I could be here right now, I'd be talking to you, and in the next 10 minutes I could be gone. I just always worry about these ones, taking care of these puppies. My street mom told me if something happens to her, I'm to take care of Weta. Well, my service dog, that's the one that I was going after. Weta and my service dog don't get along. He's a husky. He's really big. He's too big for me. He's just too big. So I took it to the babysitters and he ran away from the babysitters. He's been gone for 3 months. I found him in Compton. I don't know how he got way out there. I felt so sorry for him. Now I know the way. I mean, I know what that dog was going through. And I tackled him and I said, I hope he remembers me, because if he don't, he's going to bite my head off. And when I tackled him, I hesitated a little bit. I did. But I went for it because I didn't want him to live the life I live out here. Poor thing. He could tell he was tired. He was dehydrated. I took him to the vet, and I spent just a little bit of. I didn't even eat that day because I took him to the vet, and he had a little urine infection, and he was very stressed. That's why he was losing his coat. And that's why I say maybe it's best that I want him to be in a good place, a good home. If I can't give it to him, I don't feel that he should have to live that life. And that's an animal. I don't feel that anybody has to live this life.
How does this life affect you emotionally?
Emotionally, now you see me crying, I don't let nobody see me cry. Out here, we don't cry. That's just, out there, we just don't. But inside, we all are crying. Every one of us that you see out here, we have a lot of crying inside of us. Well, I cry all the time. But you just don't see it. No, nobody sees it. I'll put on sunglasses. But it is not, it's a jungle out there. And once I step out, that's going into the war zone out there.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is that I'm going to die out here, which most likely I am. But my biggest fear is that they're going to throw me aside like a piece of crap, and nobody's going to be around to claim me. That's what scares me. Because if you die out here, that's exactly what happens. Either they don't claim you, or they can't find you, or there's nothing to find. And I just don't want that. I had 10 beautiful children, and I didn't raise them, but I wish I could have.
Do you talk to them still?
It's been a year. I haven't spoken to them. Tell you the truth, I haven't spoken to them once since about 2 years after I got out of prison. It's been about 14 years now. My mom, my real mom, she keeps in contact with them, but they're all over 18, so. And they're good children. I always told them that you don't want to be like mom. Mommy's not here, but where's mommy? They'll say, mommy's in my heart. Yeah, baby, I'll always be in your heart. If I could have my children, I would. But that would be probably. I see people out here. I just don't understand it. People out here, if they could go see their children, why don't they? I just don't understand it. they don't have no clue what it is to not have them. And
I think shame is a big part of why that happens.
well, they got to put that aside and they got to be their parent. Teach them to love you no matter how you were raised or who you are. You're their mom and their dad. And I think every child deserves to know who their parents are. And that's one thing I think about all the time. They asked for me, the three oldest ones, they remember me. And my mom told them that I passed away. And I don't feel that that's right. And some way maybe I did. So there's sometimes I feel that way. But the only thing that keeps me going is this little puppy. My street mom. That's about it. That's about it. That would be my whole family, you know. Well, my street mom, she says, you and Weta are the only ones that I got. I said, well, that makes two of us, you know. You're the only one that I got. And she's like me. We love our animals because that's all we have. And just like her, if it was for me to eat or the puppy to eat, it would be the puppy first. And she's done the same, and I've done the same. So,
Shorty, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
the lesson that I learned in life is to never give up your children. And these drugs and these streets aren't that important. One of these days, you'll find yourself out here alone. And when you turn around, your children aren't going to be around. It's going to be too late to get them. And when it's too late, it's just too late. See, children, one thing they don't do is they don't stop growing. So it's not like you have much time. It's just if I could just get the mom, and maybe I don't know what I have to do, but just so they could see for a minute how important this is. But I've tried to talk my ears out one time. And all I got was, why are you telling her? It's not like she's going to listen to you. It's going out through one ear, out through the other. Oh, wow. Well, then you're wasting your time. I said, that's all I got is time. What does it matter? If sitting here talking to her, telling her something positive for her to do, for me, if that's what, for her just sitting here, listening to me, is it meaning something? I go, I don't know. Maybe she might walk away and it might help her. Maybe it won't. I'll never know. But I know maybe God, I just wouldn't shut. I don't ever say, okay, what I said to this person is going to help. I just walk away and I say, God, please help her. Please help her before she ends up where I'm at. And I tell her, if I could have just what you got, do you know what I would do for that? Just one more chance. I wouldn't have to be out here talking to you. I said, you got the chance to get your children back, get your life back. Why do you want to throw it all away? Why do you want it? What's out here that's better than that? What's better? The drugs? The streets? You're going to get tired of it, trust me. I thought that was more important than anything in my children than my whole life. And look at me now. What I would do just to go back and change things, and I can't. One thing you can't do is go back in time and change things. And I wish I could, but I can't. I don't think I would be sitting here today. I'm talking to you if I did. So.
All right, Shorty, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you and your new puppy the best of luck.
Thank you. Hey, and you were asleep the whole time. Yeah.